Hello dear friends, welcome to the next series of object oriented programming. Objective of this session will to know the difference about the constructor and member function, learn various types of constructor and their implementation and destructor. So, before going for constructor versus member function, we know the purpose through the last video that constructor is used to initialize the value to the data members. Again, you can use member function also, but major task of constructor is just to initialize the value to the data members, but a member function can do different task also. But major difference while declaration and writing a calling of a constructor and member function is that constructor does not have a return type, but each and every member function does have a return type. Constructor is automatically called when object is created, but a member function has to be explicitly called. Constructor has the same name as that of the class, whereas a method should have a different name other than that of a class. So, there are 5 basic types of a constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, default argument and dynamic constructor. So, default argument and dynamic constructor are not actually the type of constructors, but help to define those constructors in a different way. That is why given as default argument constructor and dynamic constructor. This video we will talk about default, parameterized and copy constructor. So, default constructor is the one which is having no parameters in its declaration and definition. You do not use any parameters for a constructor. Its purpose is to define the values for the data members, but it has no parameters. If it has parameters, then all the parameters must have default values. If you do not have a user defined constructor for a class, then the compiler implicitly declares a default constructor which initializes certain values to the data members. Second, again, parameterized constructor. If parameterized constructor is the one which has a parameter, and the purpose of that is to provide different values to different objects. And to call the parameterized constructor, you have to pass the arguments to the constructor function when the objects are created. Third is the copy constructor, which is having the purpose of copying the value of one object to another object. You used to declare and initialize an object from one object, and the process of initialization through a copy constructor is known as copy initialization. Copy constructor is implicitly called again, but when it is implicitly called, when you write a ob2 is equal to ob1, that means you want the value of one object to be copied into another object. Or when you are passing an object to a function like example function ob, at that time also copy constructor is called. And when you are writing returning an object from a function like example return ob, at that time also copy constructor is being called. The syntax of copy constructor to declare it is class name, again class name and ampersand object name. You have to write the parameter as an object. And while defining, you have to write on the left hand side the data members to whom you are initializing the values, and you are copying the value of object name to data member 1 and data member 2 with object name dot data member 1, object name dot data member 2. This means we are copying the value of object name to a current object. To call a copy constructor, we have to either use class name object 1, object 2 in the parameter, or we can write class name object 1 is equal to object 2. So, this we will see when you are implementing the program. So, let us see about implementing the program with the type of constructor. We have hash include IOStream for input output operations using namespace std for cout and cin standard objects. Then class student, inside the class student we are taking two data members, roll number and name of a student. Now, here we are in the public section. Always it is said that the characteristic of constructor is to define the or declare the constructor in the public section. So, we are taking 3 constructors. First constructor, which is default constructor. Why this is default constructor? Because it has no parameter, it has the same name as that of the class. See, your class name is student and the function name is also student. So, this is known as a default constructor. Second constructor which we can see is parameterized constructor. We are having two parameters as we are having two data members. One, it is integer and second is string. So, we are having two constructors, parameterized constructor with two parameters, and third is the copy constructor where we are passing the object to a constructor of the class student itself, and then we are using a display function which is a member function. So, this is how we have declared all the four functions. Now, to define the four functions outside the class, now default constructor is a function that is why we need a return type, but a constructor does not have a return type. It will directly start with the class name. So, student is your class name, scope resolution operator, function name, your function name is student. So, we are writing in that manner. Its purpose is to assign the value to the roll number. So, we are assigning roll number is equal to 0 and name is equal to nil. So, we have just given some values to the roll number and name. Now, our second purpose is parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor is written as int for r, that is the first parameter, and string n, that is the second parameter. So, the purpose of parameterized constructor is to assign the value of the parameters to the data members. So, we are doing that through roll number is equal to r, since r is an integer and roll number is also an integer, and we are writing name is equal to n, that is a string value to a name. Now, these are the parameterized constructor, and third constructor is copy constructor. How do we write it? Student scope resolution operator student, and inside the parameter we are again creating an object of student class, but we do not forget to use ampersand sign. This is a copy constructor where we have to define it as roll number is equal to obj dot roll number. That means we are copying the value of obj into the current object, current object's roll number. Name is equal to obj dot name. This is a copy constructor, and the display function is used to just display the values of roll number and name. Inside the main function, now if you want to call all these constructors, default, parameterized as well as the copy constructor, you have to create an object, because constructors are called when objects are created, they are automatically called. So, first when I am writing student s, it automatically calls the default constructor since I have not passed any parameters to s, and if I write s dot display, it will first show me constructing an object, that is whatever value I have written inside default constructor, constructing an object, and then it will display roll number is equal to 0 and name is equal to nil. After that, I am writing calling the parameterized constructor. How to call the parameterized constructor? For that, you will have to create a object with parameters. So, suppose if I am writing student s1, observe the object created s1 with two values. First is an integer value and second is a string value. And if I write s1 dot display, it will write display 10 comma 10 Khushi. Now, if you want to call the copy constructor, it will write you will have to write student s. Suppose if I am writing here student s3 of s2, so that means what, I am copying the value of s2 to s3. I am very sorry, take this student as s1 and write s1 dot display. Student s1 is to be replaced by s2, and now here I am copying s3 s2 to s3. So, you are S2 to S3, copying S2 to S3 means you are copying 10 comma Khushi to S3 itself. So, when you write S3 dot display, at that time also it will display 10 and Khushi, because you have copied the value of S2 into S3. So, this is how you are calling the display function, and this shows you the output in this manner: constructing an object, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, and then displaying the values. So, first you are assigning roll number is equal to 0 and name is equal to blank. Then you are writing roll number is equal to 10 and Khushi. This is for S2 object, and since we have copied S2 as it is to S3, that is why we have roll number is equal to 10 and name is equal to Khushi for S3 dot display. So, we have revised about the constructors and their types and the implementation of all the types. The objective of the next is to understand the destructor and its characteristic and implement the program with the use of destructor. So, a destructor is basically used to destroy the object which has been created by a constructor. Like a constructor, destructor has the same name as that of the class, but it is preceded by a tilde sign as you can see over here, student destructor is declared with a tilde sign student. A destructor will have no parameter, it will have no parameter, that is and very important note that a class can have only one destructor. Destructor has same name as that of the class by a tilde character. It cannot have argument. These are the characteristics of destructor. It does not have any return type, and a class can have only one destructor. Destructor is executed automatically when the control reaches the end of the scope, and destructor cannot be inherited but can be virtual. So, these are the characteristics of a destructor. So, basically understanding the program, the same program is written, but while declaration, just see one thing has been added over here, that is a destructor with a tilde sign, and the definition of this destructor is just added to the program. Observe the changes. After the display function, I am writing student scope resolution operator tilde sign student. So, here I am defining the destructor where I am giving the message object destroy. After that, when the entire main function goes as it is what you have written in the previous code, but when you complete the execution of this, you will see that object destroyed has been executed 3 times, displayed 3 times. Why 3 times? Because you have constructed 3 objects S1, S2 and S3. That is why it will display object destroyed 3 times. The destructor will be called 3 times since you have created 3 objects, and that is why you will get 3 times displayed object destroyed. So, this is all about how to go for a destructor. Now, understanding the similarity between a constructor and destructor, the constructor does not have a return type, even destructor does not have a return type. Constructor is automatically called, destructor is also automatically called. Constructor has the same name as that of the class, and destructor also has the same name as the of the class. But there is difference between a constructor and destructor. By its name also, constructor constructs the object, destructor destroys the object. But constructor is called when object is created, and destructor is called when the object scope gets completed, that is over. Constructor can have arguments, destructor cannot have any arguments. Constructor can be overloaded, destructor cannot be overloaded. That means you can have multiple constructors in a class, but no multiple destructor. Only one constructor is allowed. Only one destructor is allowed. Constructor cannot be virtual, but destructor can be virtual. So, we have learnt about destructor and its characteristics also. Thank you for watching the video.